Guys, my name is JP, and this is my third video that I upload regarding my watch journey and my little watch collection. Last video I posted was just showing everybody my current watch collection that I have. I did put 2 years, but in reality it's getting closer to 3 years. So I want to clarify that for anybody that watched my old video that I posted showing all my watches. So what I'm gonna do is I'll make little videos here and there regarding my watches or any purchases that I make or where I buy my watches here in San Diego. I really don't buy any watches online. I don't really go to Chrono 24 for a lot of reasons. I know that those are very trusted places. Even eBay, I know they verify them. So for me, I would rather pay a little bit more and build a relationship with my local AD or boutique or jeweler. Just to mention a few, I have purchased my watches in San Diego, California, all of them, from CJ Charles in La Jolla Cove. And if you don't know who they are, go check them out. Talk to Gracie. She's amazing. Gracie runs the Omega boutique and some other ones. They have Omega, they have Cartier, they have Breitling, Panerai, they have a bunch of other certified or authentic, obviously, Rolexes, whatever you want to buy. They have JLC, IWC. So just Google CJ Charles, that's Charlie, John, Charlie, CJ Charles, I don't know how to spell. Just Google CJ Charles La Jolla. They're not paying me for this. I'm just saying it because that's where I get my watches. And Gracie's amazing. Then the other place I bought another watch was at Nikki's Fine Jewelry in the Gas Lamp in downtown San Diego. And then lastly, well, not lastly, the other place was the Tudor Boutique at Fashion Valley. And lastly, the Rolex AD in Fashion Valley. So without further ado, today's video is going to be about comparing my two Rolex Submariners. I want you guys to see the difference between my Rolex green bezel, aka the Starbucks or the Ceramic, like they call it in the 2024, since I have the Generation 2 or the Mark II rather, versus my black no date sub. I wanted to show you the difference, how they look, how they feel, my overall impressions and my overall thoughts, as far as clarify some myths and some stuff you see online that people post just to get content. And again, for me, it's not about content, guys. I have a regular job. I do this because I like to show people, watch enthusiasts, my journey, also just to talk watches in general. So without further ado, we're gonna start off with my Rolex Submariner no date. All right, so this is my 2018 Rolex Submariner no date. I'm gonna go ahead and just get out of the box here. Now, if you watch my last video, I mentioned that this Rolex I actually purchased from Nikki's Fine Jewelry in downtown San Diego at the Gas Lamp. This one I bought at full gray market value. So I paid a lot of money for this one because I couldn't get one from the AD, like most of you know, and I just didn't want to play the waiting game. I wanted my Rolex. I feel like my collection needed a Rolex. I went with this one because it looks very, very clean. Guys and girls, please don't judge me. I'm recording this on an iPhone. I have no equipment yet. Maybe one day if I get serious with this, I'll get some equipment, invest on some nice cameras or whatever. But this is my 2018 reference 114060 black Submariner no date with a ceramic bezel. This is a For me, it's a dream come true. Like many of you that are in the watch world or love watches, we all started off somewhere, right? Some of us started off with a micro brand, some with an Invicta, some with a Seiko, Timex, a Casio. And then moved up to something else like a Tudor or Omega. So for me, this was my first, I guess, Grail watch, you can say, for a lot of reasons. And I won't get much into details. Rolex definitely causes controversy in the watch world. Some people love it, some hate it. Obviously, it's the #1 selling luxury watch brand in the world, so that speaks volumes. I remember when I first tried on a Rolex, a Submariner, I went into the jewelry store with my Tag Heuer Carrera. I was very ignorant at the time as far as Rolex is, and I remember saying, "Wow, this is very thin or very little. Like this is worth so much money." My Tag Heuer Carrera had an open case back, and then this one doesn't, right? So the first thing I remember when I saw a Rolex, I was like not impressed in the beginning how simple it was. But then when I really started getting into watches, and when I finally bought this one, I realized what an amazing watch it is. And I don't know if it's just me, guys. If any of you guys have a Rolex and other watches, let me know what you think. There's something a bit about the way the 902L or oyster steel feels rather than the 316, which is the most common one used. The oyster steel just feels different. I can close my eyes, get all my other watches, and I can tell which is the Rolex and which one is not. One thing also that I want to point out, as many of you guys know, the adjustable clasp, the clasp in general it's top notch. I really enjoy the way it looks on the bottom. I enjoy this watch a lot. It's a beautiful watch. You can wear it with anything. You can wear it with a dress, with a suit, casual. You can wear it with shorts. And yes, I wear them to the gym. They're tool watches, and I wear them to the gym. One, because I know how to take care of my watches. I don't bang them, I don't destroy them. Although it does have some scratches, that's normal. But mainly because I don't trust leaving my Rolex in my gym bag or in my locker. I work out before I go to work, get my workout at 5 in the morning, and head over to work. And I don't feel comfortable at all leaving it in my gym bag. So I would rather be in my wrist. I would rather risk it being scratched or dented than it being stolen. So this is the Rolex, my first Rolex Submariner. And on this one, I paid $12,000 for it a year and a half ago. Now you can get one for about $10,500, $11,000, depending on what you have, box and papers. Mine came with box and papers. It was one owner, and they did drop out in price a little bit, but here you go. So my next one is gonna be my Rolex green bezel Ceramic or Starbucks, whatever you want to call it. Now this is a let me get it out of my box. This is a reference M126610LV generation 2. Let me hide my serial number. There you go. This is the version 2, which I had no idea that it was a new version. This one was purchased from the AD in San Diego. And for those of you who watch my other video, I pretty much told the story now how I was able to get it from the authorized dealer. So the story goes, and I'll try to be quick. About 2 years ago, I put my name on the waiting list, like we all do. And then I put my name in 2 Rolex boutiques, one in or ADs, one in La Jolla, California, and one in Fashion Valley in San Diego. They're nearby. Then originally I put one for the black sub, no date, which I never got a call, so I bought it from a jewelry store. And then the other one, I put my name on this one. So once I did my research, I did my homework, you know, all that stuff you guys see online on how to buy a Rolex from the AD. I did everything. I showed up. I showed up with my other watches. I built a relationship with my AD sales associate. We became friends. We found a connection while building rapport and talking about what she's into, and we realized we had something in common. We were both originally from the Bay Area, and then we were at San Diego transplants. I mean, I was pretty much raised here my whole life, but I was born in the Bay Area, in Oakland, California to be exact. And she was born in Berkeley, and we both have similar stories. We both got brought over here by our parents as kids, so we consider ourselves San Diegans, that kind of stuff. So, you know, I would visit her every month or so when I went to the mall. You know, every single time that I would visit her, she would say, obviously, I don't have nothing, keep checking. You know, when I first went to see her, she did send me a text saying, I've added your name in the waiting list due to high demand. You know the story. So, you know, I didn't give up on it. I just didn't feel like that I was gonna purchase another Rolex at full grade market. It's just too much money. So I told my wife, hey, I'm gonna wait. And then in the meanwhile, I'm gonna buy other watches, which I did. I ended up buying like 4 watches. I got this beautiful, you know, Tudor Coke GMT. I bought the Tudor Panda. I bought some vintage watches and some other stuff. So right before Christmas, I sent her a text. Sorry, let me go back a little bit. Once I visited her for like, I don't know, 8th time, and we became somewhat friends. She tells me, hey, on Wednesdays I placed my allocation. Go ahead and give me a text. And you know, you never know. And she kind of winked. So I did not text her on the following Wednesday. I waited about 2 months, mainly because I purchased other watches. I didn't want to get a call or saying, hey, we got it for whatever reason, and then not be able to buy it. So I had to wait until I got my bonus, right, at work to be able to afford it. So then I waited in about 6 months. And then right before Christmas, I was at my company's Christmas party. I sent her a text. It was Wednesday. So I said, hey, Karina, I said, I was checking in to see if you any luck with the Rolex green bezel Submariner. And then she goes, sorry, very short in the text. She goes, sorry, no luck, keep checking, that's it. So then I decided to kind of up my game, and I just told her, hey, listen, I am willing to buy something else. I am willing to buy something different, like a 41 millimeter Datejust smooth bezel or fluted bezel. Then she responds with a text saying, I actually have one, and sends me a picture. It was a beautiful 41 millimeter green dial smooth Datejust. And I said, listen, I'll take it. And then she goes, are you ready to buy it today? And I said, yes, I'm ready to buy it. Let me know, I'll head over there in a little bit. So she made an appointment 3 hours after that. So I show up to the AD, thinking I'm gonna get the other one. I already given up on this one. I told my wife, hey, listen, this is a beautiful watch. And she goes, yeah, I agree, it's actually very nice, I like it. The Datejust with oyster bracelet, green dial. And then I agree on it, so I want a green one, so I figure, hey, better than nothing, right? And it was a little bit cheaper than this one. So I show up to the AD. Then Karina looks at me and says, hi, JB, how are you? I respond, amazing, what about you? Ready for Christmas? That kind of stuff. Then she responds and says, I have a surprise for you. And I say, beautiful, I love surprises. So then she goes to the back and then comes out with a tray. And if you bought a Rolex from the AD, you know what it is. It's a big tray and it's covered with a little beautiful cloth. And she says, open it up. So I open it up, and then there is my Rolex there. I actually have a video on that. I'll put it on this video so you guys can see. It was very short because I didn't want to act all, I don't know, geeky or whatever. I wanted to just act normal. Hey, this is normal for me. Mainly because I want to set a great relationship for my next watch purchase from them. So I just did a quick video when I was trying it on. and went from there. So I was very happy. I bought this at MSRP and no markup. So it was 10,800, I believe. So it was, out the door was like 11,700. It's just a different feeling when you actually get it from the AD. One, because obviously you pay less money than how much market value is. Second, because you have your name on their system, so you're more likely to get another one. And then third, the actual experience of getting it. The experience that you're now sitting at the table where you're gonna get delivery of your watch. It's just an amazing feeling. To feel that way, it just feels amazing. So now I'm gonna go ahead and compare both of them. So I'm gonna put them side by side and then you tell me which one you prefer. Again, I'm just putting it close to my iPhone. And I want you folks to look at the difference. I'm gonna try to be as slow as possible. On my last video, a bunch of guys told me to slow down a little bit on how fast I move the watches. Now, if you wanna get the full details, watch another video. There's a lot of videos on these. A few changes. If you notice, the bracelet is thicker on the new one versus my old one, right? 2024, December of 2024 versus 2018. So obviously, if you know this is a 40 millimeter, this is a 41 millimeter. So 40, 41. And you cannot tell the difference. You notice that? You can't see the difference, can't tell the difference. The bracelet is thicker on the new one, and so is the clasp. I'm trying to get a better look, close up so you can see. The clasp on the 41 millimeter green bezel is thicker than the new one. Now, here's one thing that I wanna mention. When I first started doing my research, when the new one came out in 2020, the 41 millimeter, I saw a lot of watch enthusiasts or Rolex people, either the ones that really get into Rolex, they were talking about how this one is a maxi case and this one is not. You notice how it tapers in and this one's more squared? A lot of people were hating on this model because it's bulky, thicker. So even though it's a 40 millimeter, but it's got a thicker lug to lug and a thicker case, it appears the same. And this was 41 millimeters, but it's got a thinner one. So it seems like it's actually about the same, right? But one thing that now that I own both watches that I really, really want to point out is that the watch world is very anal and very picky, right? Buy what you like, wear it, love it, you know, don't be afraid to scratch it. It's your watch, your choice. But one thing that I do want to point out is that I don't see a difference. I see it, obviously I see a difference, right? But when I wear my watches, I don't feel like, oh, this is too bulky, it's too square versus this one. I really, I only pay attention to that. So if you're considering buying a 2018 or so, 16, 15, 40 millimeter versus a 41 because you think this one's too thick, trust me, you get a better deal on this one than a new one. Ceramic bezel, it just has a little bit less power reserve than the new one. But again, if you wear your watches and you get a no date, it doesn't matter to me because it's easy to set the time. I enjoy doing that. If it was like a date, maybe, okay. But a no date, literally, you set it, you wear it in 4 days. When you gotta wind it, just put it back in time. Simple. But let me slow down a little bit. There you go. They both are beautiful. Obviously the classic true Submariner, because the original Submariner had no day window, no Cyclops, where it's extremely elegant, extremely classy. They made this watch to fit more like a dress watch than a tool watch. And that's mainly because of the ceramic bezel. It just shines, it pops. Here's a good angle, side by side. The black one has this beautiful, timeless look, elegance that is hard to explain unless you own one. And then of course, the green one, it just pops. If you tell me which is my favorite, yes, I'm gonna have to go with this one. Maybe it's because I'm in the honeymoon stage, because I just got it, because it worth a little bit more. It feels more like, hey, you're in the Rolex market, you're a rookie, you get this, right? This is more like an upgrade, because of its resale value, right? They're going for the 2024 or 25s are going for 16,000, some 17,000 bucks in papers. The Starbucks are going for like 14.5, 15, but the Mark II, this one is going for a lot more. This one, like I said, is going for about 11,000, 11.5, depending on the condition. But when I wear this one, I guess because the story that it has, that I bought it from the AD, feels a little bit different, even though this one was more expensive than this one. It feels amazing. I mean, I can't tell you enough how good it feels, because I got two Rolexes in my watch collection and they look beautiful. Even though they are subs, they are cousins. They have their own individual personality. I've been wearing this one every day for the past 3 weeks until I get off the honeymoon stage. Well, except for today. Today I got my Tudor. But, or whatever you pronounce it, Tudor. Somebody put a comment in my last video that I said it incorrectly. So what do you think, folks? Would you go for the green or for the black? So again, my initial review of owning both watches is, if you can wait or get it from the AD, get this one. If you don't want to wait, right now is a perfect time to buy these because they dropped in price, and you cannot tell the difference from a 41 millimeter to a 40 with the maxi case to the new case. So don't worry about it. Don't let that discourage you. It looks beautiful on the wrist. And then I'm gonna show you actually how it looks on the wrist. Let me show you guys right now. All right, so here is my green sub. This is how it sits on my 6.5 inch wrist. I think I've never measured it, to be honest with you. That's how it looks. I'm gonna get a little bit closer so you can take a look. There it is. That's a nice shot. And again, this watch has a new kind of like lighter green color in the bezel since the Mark II. Here's a clasp, how it looks. Like I said, it is a little bit fat. And the oyster bracelet is a little bit thicker as well, by I think 2 centimeters. And I actually like my other one, how it fits better in this one. I don't mind it, obviously, but let me kind of go from far away. As you can see, if you're sitting somewhere far away, drinking coffee or something, this one just pops more. You see that? Because of the green. The green draws attention. There's something about green, as we all know, right? That just shows different. It kind of matches the box, which is why people are saying it was the anniversary edition. I think it was, what, 70 years or 75? Sorry, I forgot. It matches the box. So, just let me kind of get some other poses so you can have an idea how it looks. Let me go far away. All right, so now let's try my black. Now let's try my black sub. Let's try it on to show you. Here we go. This is my black sub on my wrist. Again, about 6.5 inch wrist. Can you tell the difference from the 41 millimeter with a thinner case versus the maxi case? I personally don't mind this at all. But look, side view, right? Isn't the bracelet better how it tapers down a little bit, or tapers in a little bit more? The clasp is a little bit thinner. So they both have the pros and cons, right? Maxi case, but thinner bracelet, thinner clasp, versus smaller case, but thicker bracelet, thicker clasp. So let me slow down a little bit so you can take a look. Again, this is how it looks. Let me go far away. Do you see the difference? Now, the only thing that I can think of as far as wearing my black sub is that from far away, unless you're a Rolex person, you can't tell if it's a Grand Seiko, if it's a Seiko, if it's I don't know, another watch with a black bezel, unless you get closer and you know it's a Rolex, right? I feel like with the color of the green Rolex, this one pops more. Oh, that guy's got a Rolex. Not that it matters, guys, not that it matters, but if you care about that stuff, if you care about buying a Rolex for status rather than just enjoyment, then yeah, this one pops more, 100%. 100% it pops more than the regular black sub. But if you don't care about that, you just care about having a watch that you enjoy, that is timeless, that is beautiful, and you gotta pay a lot of this money. Again, guys, 11,500 or 11 grand versus $16,000 or so. Which one's worth more for you, right? If you can buy it from the AD, wait for this one. If you don't want to wait, now's a good time to buy a 114060 rather than the 124060. So these are my thoughts on my Rolexes. I love both of them. If I can do it again, rather, I would have probably waited a little longer to buy this one. Obviously, I waited. I got them not at the complete peak of the market, but still towards the higher side. But one thing I do want to say, and I said in my other video, once I got this one and I walked into the other AD to put my name on the waiting list on this one, I feel like this one really helped me get this one. I was able to see the Rolex associate looking at my wrist, and she even asked me why I wanted to get another sub. I've already had a sub, and I told her it was the green because my wife's got green eyes. So anyways, guys, hope you enjoy the video. Once again, disclaimer, I'm just an average watch guy, watch enthusiast, an average dad, I guess you want to say, that loves watches. So I started doing these little videos to review, to show what I have from the perspective of a everyday regular guy, right? I'm not I don't have an English accent. I don't have that sophisticated sound like most of the professional reviewers that we see, especially for Rolex. I'm just a regular dude from Southern California that loves watches, absolutely loves watches. And I wanted to show you the difference between my two subs. Hope you all have a wonderful day. And if you enjoyed this video, subscribe because it's kind of cool. I guess I have to say it. Subscribe to my video, and I can't wait to show more videos to all my watch family. Take care and God bless.